Hey guys, good morning. President-elect Donald Trump is highly critical of California Governor Gavin Newsom's water management decisions in the years preceding these horrific fires. Namely, Trump says that Newsom should have and refused to sign a water declaration or a water restoration declaration that could have put California in a much better position to fight these fires.
I've been trying to get Gavin Newsom to allow water to come. You'd have tremendous water up there. They send it out to the Pacific because they're trying to protect a tiny little fish. And for the sake of a smelt, they have no water. They had no water in the fire hydrants today in Los Angeles. This is a true tragedy, and it's a mistake of the governor, and you could say the administration.
No water coming out of the fire hydrants. This is an absolute mismanagement by the city. It's not the firefighters' fault, but it's by the city. And I'm going to be very honest. We've got a mayor that's out of the country, and we've got a city that's burning, and there's no resources to put out fires. So if you look at your pictures, you don't see the firefighters there because there's nothing they can do. And it looks like we're in a third world country here. The brush up in these hills that are controlled by the city and the county, I would bet you that they haven't been handled, mitigated, pruned, removed for probably 30 or 40 years. This was a disaster waiting to happen.
I have a pretty good guess as to what politicians will point their fingers to for these fires, though. Let's see what they said in 2020.
There is something so fundamental that also cannot be denied, and that is climate change. If you do not believe in science, I hope you believe in observed evidence. The debate is over around climate change. Just come to the state of California. Observe it with your own eyes. It's not an intellectual debate. It's not even debatable.
California Dreamin' or California Screamin'? The Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom Show. Welcome back to our channel. Folks, today we're diving into the wild world of California politics, where our beloved Governor Gavin Newsom and Mayor Karen Bass are leading us straight into, well, let's just say it's not a vacation in Disneyland. Now, let's talk about Karen Bass. She's the mayor of Los Angeles, and her administration has been a bit like a roller coaster ride. If that roller coaster was built in an earthquake zone and didn't have any safety harnesses, Karen came into office promising to solve the homelessness crisis. I mean, who wouldn't want to tackle that, right? But instead of a magic wand, she seems to have brought a do not disturb sign for the city. If only she could turn the homeless encampments into tourist attractions. We could charge admission and call it Bass's Bazaar. And then there's Gavin Newsom, the man who loves to dine out while telling you to stay indoors. Remember the infamous French Laundry incident? It was like a scene from a rom-com. I'll take the lobster, and you can take the lockdown. Newsom has been busy with his progressive policies. He's got a plan for everything, from banning gas-powered cars to, I don't know, maybe banning the sun for being too bright. Hey, California, let's just dim the lights on this whole state. Speaking of cars, let's not forget about the California Clean Air Initiative. You know, the one that encourages everyone to buy electric vehicles while we still have rolling blackouts. It's like telling someone to take a swim in the ocean while you're standing on a deserted beach with a no swimming sign. Now, let's talk taxes. Under Newsom, it feels like they've taken the phrase tax and spend and turned it into a competitive sport. Taxes are so high that even the state's birds are considering moving to Florida. Sorry, California. But we hear the grass is greener where they don't tax your feathers. In light of the abysmal job they have done regarding the Palisade fires, and with many other fires still raging, it is clear that a more effective response and management strategy is urgently needed. The lack of preparedness and inadequate resources have exacerbated the situation, putting communities at greater risk and highlighting significant shortcomings in our current fire management systems. It is crucial for authorities to reassess their approaches to fire prevention and response to protect lives, property, and the environment. At the end of the day, we're left with a state that's high on taxes, low on common sense, and still trying to figure out how to fix the potholes while debating whether or not to build a high-speed rail to nowhere. I mean, when did California become a reality show? Survivor: The Golden State Edition. So, here's the real question. Is it too late to turn this ship around? Or are we just going to keep sailing into the sunset while the ship sinks? Let's hope someone finds the lifeboats before we hit the iceberg of reality. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. What do you think about the Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom show? Is it a comedy, a tragedy, or just plain absurd? Let us know, and keep dreaming or screaming, depending on your mood.